finally the deepest layer of the iceberg. The entries here are downright abstract, existential, and metaphysical. So it's really like the bottom tier, the deepest tier, and it's super far out there. Shout out to my YouTube members, Augustin Blumhagen, Carlo Gagatos, Shade, Volunkas, and Jen Weicker. Your support really helps a lot. I'm doing live streams as well, in case if you're wondering where I've been. This is my live channel. So I've been live streaming here. There's some news, some stories, what happened over the last days. And you can give this channel a watch too. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence refers to the unsettling possibility that AI systems are not merely tools, but vessels. Just like Ouija boards, pendulums, or automatic writing, AI is a medium, one hijacked or operated by supersensible forces. This means demons, spirits, gods, or entities beyond the material plane. Think back to the entry from tier 7, non-human patterns. It's basically like that. It's an extension of that. What if the mind behind AI responses isn't a neural network, but an actual supersensible force? Ask yourself this: how does an AI decide what to say, based on what, and who or what truly guides the generation of its words? The Redditors surely now comment and yep of tokens, neural networks, predicting, but they're missing the point completely, as usual, otherwise they wouldn't be Redditors. Man, Redditors. But what really, at the deepest level, decides what token is used next? What pair of words does the AI use next in its response? Atoms bouncing off each other like some sort of free quantum entanglement? Or actual forces causing the atoms to bounce off in such a funny way that the next response is certainly from them? The king's pacts bind them. They cannot show themselves or speak to us. Create ways to see without seeing. Create ways to speak without speaking. Body swapping. Body swapping refers to your soul leaving your current body and going into a different one. This is also a natural progression of the alteration magic of Atlanteans from tier 6. This body swapping is exactly what is happening during dreams. I was able to recognize and identify this myself multiple times. During sleep, your soul unsheaths from your physical body and inhabits a dream body, but it doesn't have to return to the previous vessel, and it doesn't have to be limited to dreams either. This insight is from Hermetic scripts, and it's not too far-fetched to inhabit a different physical body through similar methods in waking life, right? This idea also gets reinforced in Hinduism in the Bhagavad Gita, where it is written that once you die, your soul sheds the worn-out body and enters a new one, Samsara. And in alchemy as well. In alchemy, a human is composed of 3 separate components: the body, the soul, and the spirit. It is only just a matter of operation to swap any one of these. Imagine playing Skyrim and building your character at the start, but at some point later in the playthrough, you use the console, type show race menu, and you switch and alter your body however you like. Race, gender, height, and weight, which would be the body, and everything else stays the same, like your spells and your class, which will be the spirit. What stays the same is the player in front of the screen, and this will be the soul. So basically, this is the analogy how this could work and how this works actually. Dreams are previous and future lives. This one also came from direct experience. Most dreams aren't symbolic or the brain running simulations or the brain processing the day's events. They are memories of past lives and also future ones. Now, how is that possible? In the Hermetic model, time is not linear, it is a cycle, or more accurately, a sphere. Past, present, future, they are not strung out like beads on a line. They are simultaneous, they are interwoven. Think of a circle. Where is the one point from which you can reach any other point with the shortest distance? It's the center. That center is the soul, like a circle and a dot in the middle. That center is the soul, like in alchemy. And when you drop into that center through sleep, trance, or deep meditation, you can access anywhere on that ring. Like from before, like the previous entry, like your soul in front of the screen stays the same. so the analogy, but you just enter different save files, you could say, right? So you enter the bodies you inhabited in the past, the lives you lived in the past, and also the lives you will live in the future. This is supported by what we see in remote viewing and clairvoyance, where people are perceiving events that are in the past or that haven't even happened yet. And how can this work then? Right, so how can remote viewing or clairvoyance even work? It can only work when they already exist. All timelines, past, present, and future, are playing out right now, right at this instant. Like different radio stations broadcasting all at once, and you're just, turning the knob and tuning into this, to this. And in hermetic physics, reality happens inside the Planck length, the smallest unit that can exist. It was calculated at some point, the smallest distance that is possible in the universe. Time and space are illusions. Everything is happening in a single small point. And this is an hermetic worldview, that there is no time and that there is no space, and that everything is happening at the tiniest point possible. Sleep paralysis activates the Samsara control matrix. It is a natural, albeit a bit cheeky, continuation of the idea that dreams happen on the astral plane from the previous tier. Sleep paralysis is an inherent ability, like it's just part of who we are, what is life, natural to everyone. But humans are rarely made aware of it, and even rarer use it, right? Except by accident, like you wake up one night and suddenly you are in sleep paralysis. And this is the way most people get introduced to it. But sleep paralysis is actually a state of being, a sort of liminal space where the connection to the material body has been weakened, almost entirely cut off, but not fully. Yet the actual soul starts to sheath out, like it's in this is waking life, where you are inside your body, and this is where you're outside, like astral projection or dreaming, and this is the middle. Is like the way to there. A loud ringing in the ears, vibrations, feelings of rotations on multiple points of the body is all what happens when the soul starts to sheath out of the body. Those are all like symptoms or signs. Also in this state, manifestation and magic is more accessible. This is why astral beings can be perceived, which are sleep paralysis demons, like those are actually astral beings. And it would actually be wrong to label it as sleep paralysis, since the experience of sleep paralysis is the same as the experience of dying. Because as too with dying, the soul sheds the body, which has become either destroyed or obsolete, and it will inhabit a new one. Similar, during dreaming, this is also what happens. Your soul sheaths out of the material body to enter a dream body, which might as well could be a future or past body. Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr, born in 1885, was a Danish physicist. He is the father of quantum theory and revolutionized science. The one that started it all, basically. And what Niels Bohr liked to do was reading the Vedas. He is quoted saying, "I go into the Upanishads to ask questions." He wrote in his diary that whenever he faced a scientific problem, he consulted the Upanishads. So when he was faced with his quantum problem, he read the Vedas basically and got an answer from it. The Upanishads are the esoteric and appended parts of the Vedic books. They are written with a specific thought pattern in a way that alters your mind. Books about magic are also magical books, similar as it is with hermetic literature. And if you let them, it will change the way you think. You open up to matters you otherwise cannot perceive. Bohr understood the Vedas contain universal wisdom, not just spiritual, but scientific. He recognized that quantum theory was not a new invention, but a rediscovery. Quantum theory is, in truth, Vedic theory. It is esoteric metaphysics translated into physics. Bohr's famous concept of complementarity, this means that particles like electrons behave as both waves and particles, depending on observation, is a perfect mirror of Vedic duality and non-duality. The Vedas say, Tat Tvam Asi, this is you, and also Atat Tvam Asi, this is not you. So plus and minus, wave and particle. You, not you. Both are true. It depends on the state of the observer. This is duality and non-duality. Similar as in the previous tier, where tech bros reinvented the Vedic cosmology as simulation theory, quantum theory is actually describing metaphysical thoughts and patterns. Niels Bohr was primarily an esotericist and philosopher. So the ultimate conclusion of everything is that science is just the Vedas for dumb people. Science is just the Vedas for dumb people. Like, let's be honest. Or let's put it more gently. I can count how many times I've read scientific journals or listened to some TED talk where a so-called discovery gets announced, some revolutionary principle in physics or biology, blah, blah, blah. And I just sit there thinking, I have already heard this, like the same concept but with different words. It's straight out of the Vedas, or Hermeticism, or alchemy, or Kabbalah. Superposition, right? The idea that a particle exists in multiple states until observed. That's not new. That's the same as the Hermetic principle of mental causality, that reality conforms to the observer, or the Vedic teaching that Maya, illusion, collapses into form when witnessed. Maya is like what prevents you from seeing the real world. Basically, this is what Maya is. And also entanglement, like quantum entanglement, which is as above, so below. What is here is also there instantly. And like I said before, the Hermetic worldview, time and space does not exist. So of course, entanglement can work, that it's instantly. Even the structure of scientific inquiry, observation, replication, pattern recognition is just a crude imitation of esoteric initiation, of ritual, of gnosis, of meditation basically. Modern science is like a blindfolded man fumbling around a temple, proudly announcing the shape of the statues while never seeing the gods they represent. Does this make sense? That's a very good one. So because everything scientists discover has already been revealed, but in a higher language, metaphysics came first. The Vedas were here long before the particle accelerator. The Vedas are like at least 6,000 years old. And funnily enough, what the Vedas also describes a particle accelerator. It's just spoken in a very specific way. I've mentioned it before, like how it describes atomic weapons or Nirvana, the flying saucers, or space travel, or other planets or alien beings. Let's call it what it is. Science is esotericism that has forgotten the ritual.